Welcome back to Steve's Project Car Garage. My name is Steve. Sitting behind me here is my 1970 Triumph Spitfire named Tanker, and the subject of our current video. Stick around, it'll be a good one. Alright, so I wasn't going to go ahead and dive into this yet. I was going to try to paint the bottom of the car, but I decided that before I wanted to put any kind of paint on the car, I wanted to finish up my welding. And with that being said, here is our next project. So as you can see, the bulkhead has got a good fair bit of rust on it. I've got some really deep rust here on the master cylinder mount areas. I've got this random hole that's covered up with metal and some screws. I've got a bunch of holes there. And then this is all covered in fiberglass. And then the battery box. Let me show you what it looks like from the inside. So from the inside, you can see there's a lot of rust. This is the rustiest part of the car. And so we're gonna go ahead and roll this guy on out into the driveway. And we're gonna go ahead and get rid of all the fiberglass so we can see what it is that we're working on. Now, as you can see, it's a bit of an overcast day here in Central Florida, and we are expecting some rain. So I'm gonna get the cars moved, get this out in the driveway, and see if we can beat the rain. All right, well, a little bit nervous because of the clouds. It's kind of getting dark over there, but let's hit this and get the fiberglass off, get it back in the garage. Here's what we're dealing with. Check this out. Holy cow, that's inside of the airbox. I mean, wow. So like, I knew that there was rust up here. I didn't think it was this bad though. It's just crazy. I've certainly got my work cut out for me, that's for sure. I knew that up here, these guys were blocked off. So I'm really tempted to just go ahead and cut that out and see what the scoop is there. I think that I'm gonna do it while I got the car out here because it's all fiberglass for sure. Weather seems to be holding out, so let me finish up what I can here, but Look at this. Oh my God. That is just crazy. This is why I tell people, don't be the dreaded previous owner. Unbelievable. All right, let's keep going. Look at all that. Look at that. So I know the battery box is trash, but what I need to do is clean up the fiberglass that's around here, because I will end up removing these gussets and then replacing the battery box itself. I mean, as you can see, this thing is all fiberglass. That's a fiberglass bottom, but I need to try to get this fiberglass at least along here removed and cleaned up a little bit. Again, I'm gonna do it while I got the car outside. And I think that's gonna be the last bit I will do outside for the time being, because we got just about all of it removed. So let's get that knocked out, and then we'll clean up and get this car inside. Absolutely dumbfounded at the moment. Look at this. I thought those grates were plastic for one, but they're metal. And for two, I didn't even know that if they existed or not underneath here. So what these people did is they went ahead and wanted to get rid of delete the air box, right? So they just fiberglassed over it. I'm shocked. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and roll it back in the garage. All right, so we're back in the shop. Let's go ahead and do an assessment of what we got. I know we kind of covered a lot of it when we were out in the driveway, but it's worth covering again here. So this side, surprisingly, from right about here over is not bad, which is good. I'll take that, right? Any little bit of a win I'll get. I'm going to remove these gussets so that way I can remove the battery box, because the battery box is toast. Don't know what these little screws are all about, but I would imagine it's holding in the fiberglass floor that they put in there for the battery box. If you look at it from the underside, you'll see that the battery box is just absolutely roached. So let's move on to the middle. So this is the air box. Again, the air vents were covered with about 1/4 inch of fiberglass or Bondo. So we went ahead and revealed those, which is nice. They actually look to be in decent shape considering the fact that these are metal and 50 plus years old. The fan box, the air box itself, does have some rot going on there. The metal behind it, however, is just absolutely roached. I mean, you can see my hand here, and you can see my hand through here. So this tray, a parcel shelf or whatever you want to call it, is roached, I mean completely roached. And I might be able to do some patchwork there, but I don't know if I'm going to patch this or just replace it with a brand new piece of metal. I removed the screwed on bit over here that was covering this up. And look at this. This is the support right here for the steering column. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of hanging out. Thankfully, that actually appears to be in decent shape, so that's cool. But the metal, of course, is not, so that's fantastic. Moving over here to the support for the master cylinder, for the brake master cylinder. As you can see, this is pretty roached out. Rimmer Brothers does sell a replacement panel, but they only sell it for the right-hand drive. They do not sell one for the left-hand drive, so bad on you, Rimmer Brothers. I was expecting better. So again, this is going to be a situation of removing the gussets. I'll have to expose the spot welds and then remove them. And then I think honestly what my plan is to get the gussets removed, right? So I can expose all that. And then I believe, and I don't know how much of a nightmare this is going to be, but I sort of want to remove the airbox. Couple of reasons. I want to be able to treat the metal on the inside of it. I will also need to replace the metal that is behind it. Let me bring you around. So as you can see here, there is a lot of really bad metal. And I think that the most efficient way to fix this is to get at it from the top side. I really kind of want to keep the insert, the hole back there where the fan itself goes, because I would like to retain the vents. I don't plan on putting the heater core back in because I'm in Florida. It doesn't really seem necessary, but I would at least like to have the fan going for defrost. Although I may get into this even deeper and say it's not worth it, and maybe just go with an aftermarket solution. Not sure. But that's where we're at. So I think that what I want to start by doing is removing these gussets. So let's get the gussets off and then take a better stock of where we're at. All right, so here's what I've done. I came up underneath here and I figure this is the sacrificial metal. So I'm going to go ahead and drill out those plug welds, or spot welds rather, from the bottom, so that way I can preserve the gusset. And then obviously I'm going to have to come through here and try to repair this metal as much as possible. But I kind of think that's going to be my plan of action. All right, so I've gone ahead and got the gussets removed here. I'm kind of frustrated with myself for going a little whole hog on these at the beginning. The rest of it, not as bad, but I mean, come on, look at this. You can see metal, or you can see right through it. So I guarantee you, as soon as I take a wire wheel to this, it's going to be Swiss cheese anyways, so it's probably not a whole lot lost. I'm just not looking forward to having to recreate this section. And again, you can see right through to the brand new floor that I installed. Hello! So, yeah, that's where we're at. Coming over here, it's going to be much the same approach, at least for the top. But I need to figure out this section here where the battery box goes, because I really don't want to damage these, but I may end up having to actually drill the gussets out from the top and then get the battery box, because I don't believe that I'll be able to easily access anything at all from here. So I think that's going to be my approach, which, I mean, in reality, it's a little bit easier. But I don't know. Anyways. Let's get this done. All right, so here is the battery box now with the gussets removed. Yeah, it's a lot going on here. Definitely gonna have some metal work to try to fix up. No question about that. So I think my next mission, and I don't know how crazy I am, but going to try to remove this battery box. I think it's going to be just a lot of drilling, a lot of plug welds to remove, or spot welds rather. So I'm going to get cracking at this and we'll check in with you. Oh, there it is. Can you say roached out? Let's see it together, class. Roached out. Oh. Straight into the bin. Wow. All right. So, I mean, it's not terrible. I've seen worse. Definitely gonna have a lot of metal work to try and clean up these edges. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I should be able to salvage this and maybe just put in a couple of new strips of metal here. This is actually pretty solid, surprisingly. It looks like there was definitely a lot of rot here. As you can see, obviously the hole there. So I got my work cut out for me. Yeah, look at all that light. Holy Swiss cheese. Well, I say this is a good stopping point for the day. Let's go ahead and wrap up. All right, well, there you have it. I didn't think that I would get this deep into it today, but here we are, a couple hours later, and that's a lot. I'm feeling pretty confident about it though. I think these repairs should be pretty straightforward in the fact that I'm more or less gonna probably just get a big piece of metal and make it happen. I'm gonna have to maybe figure out some kind of added support to prevent the oil canning from happening because I don't have a bead roller to be able to make these little sections. Yeah, I think that we should be able to make something happen. So anyways, we're gonna wrap up there. If you haven't done so already, I ask you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the bell to get those post notifications, and let me know if you like what you are seeing. Leave me some comments. I hope that you have a great weekend and a great week to come. Happy Thanksgiving. Remember, don't be that dreaded previous owner. Cheers.